Oh, yeah, shit. Oh, actually, one second. Let me adjust properties really quick. Have it. There you go. Manage cursor. Manage. There you go. Cool. All right. Anyway, so today, basically, what I'll be doing, learning the HTMX stuff, right? Which mostly I'm setting up stuff so I can learn to do it a little better. Because, like, basically, my plan is I have a flight coming up Friday. It'll be fun. I'll be out west. It'll be great. But basically, on that flight, I kind of want to be able to just like feed out a website, and so I'm setting it up so I can do a bunch of basic stuff. Anyway, it's not terribly difficult. I just kind of want to get this beat up and done, and then I'll deploy it sometime next week, hopefully. Fingers crossed. That's actually what I want to plan to do. Let me go. Okay. Obviously, very complex application at this point, right? Boom. Let's go here. I think this one's done basically. Nice logger. Just right there. Levels. Okay. Error. Yeah. All right. Cool. Log message. BL level. Okay. Cool. Great. Actually, and all right. And in theory, right, what this will do, default logger will output a just a thing. It is basically so I can func file logger, right? And then I can come in here and be like, boom, and I can just be like file or like log file. It'll be like IO file, IO.file. Couldn't be IO file. File, 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 file path, file picker. One second. I know that Go has these things. Put you right there. Put you right there. You guys can't see it anyway. It doesn't matter. Um, Go file writer. All right. OS. Ah, I see. I see. No, not today. Not right now. OS. And there's OS file. It makes sense. IO file. OS file. Okay. Anyway. Um. Love you, dear. Bye. Okay. Anyway, so now what we need to do, pretty simple, in my opinion, very simple. All right. Return, because we should be able to just file it right. So that longer out, out, um, log file, um, honestly, we shouldn't even do that. We should just do a file path, shouldn't we? Log file path, and that makes it a string. And then we'll also do um, timestamp um, format and log level, log level, be a log level, low log, yeah. And yeah, we gotta get that colon shit out of here. Eh? Don't worry. It's gonna be log file equal to files and open file. Log file path. One string what? Sorry, control P. Have string one string and one second. OS file mode. 0 OS file mode is gonna be like OS at file mode. uint32 write file. No. I have to look this up because I apparently don't remember these things anymore. Writing files. Hey, looky there. That create um up write file, open file. Not an open file? Just a oh, it's just write file. That's it. Huh, interesting. Okay, well, I'm gonna Google the exact function I'm working on real quick. File writer, easy enough. Uh, Um, here, open for read access. Uh, file, open file. Okay. Open file is a generalized open call most users use open or create. Instead, it opens the named file specified with specified flag, OR, read only, or and the O create flag is passed. The file does not exist and the O create file is passed. It is created with the mode perm before unmask and containing directory must exist. If successful, methods on the return file can be used for IO. If there's an error, it will be of type path error. Open in root. Uh, file operations. Read at, read from, read in. Seek set deadline. Write string, write to. Date. Open. Uh, let's see what open does real quick. No, open is not there. Read write. OSO create. Alright, cool. So that's what I need to do. Right there. Alright, so log file error is going to be os dot oh read write os oh oh 8 example um things magical int passed around, which is interesting. Alright. Actually a pen would probably be better. Alright, was that closed? OS dot O append O create and OS dot O UR only of flag names on a given system. Alright, well I hope that works. Declared not used, well that's fine. Because what we'll do, bad logger or error error, path error technically. Oh, we'll just, yeah, propagate the error. Shouldn't happen, but, alright. Log file error OS W, there we go. Oh, if error not equal nil, then we'll just return error. I guess you could return that, but now we got that. Good, awesome. Yep, I know. Nil. Which here will just go logger. Oh, timestamp format. Timestamp format. Timestamp format. And we're actually going to make this a string. And level obviously is going to be log. Yay! Everything's fixed and ready to go. Yay. Yeah. All right. All that. Now I don't know why I did that. Add net main. All right, all that good stuff so far. Handler for. All right, cool. Register. Path. Yep, good. Um. Oh, that hurt, but in a good way. Um. So essentially, what I'm doing here is making my own HTTP server framework because I'd rather make it my own, I guess. Not what I want to do. Handler for got all that. Request. Now is when we'll need to import net, I think. Um, net. Net. You will be in a moment. Um, anyway, which actually I could just uh, that's what I'll do right quick. Oh, G right there. Now what we'll do is we'll have our own little types up here, right? Type type headers. Header, which is actually just a map string map, right? Um, Actually, request headers, method headers, HTTP headers. There we go. Anyway, uh, map string, string, yoinkus. Yoinked. Now I can just HTTP HTTP. Pretty easy. Awesome times, right? Dun, 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 let's just have some constant keys as well, just because I'm not gonna remember these things. So let's pop up the Mozilla Web MDM. Mozilla MDM. Mozilla Developer Web Docs. HTTP. And then there's headers, request headers, response headers. Uh, let's do request headers for now. All right. So obviously, the first line is your method, path, and version. That's fine. We don't need to constant those. Const. Actually, I could make them keys and like have specific things. Like they could be just a string, but then also keyed strings, which would be nice. Anyway, not the worst thing anywhere. Uh, we're gonna put some pragma marks in here because I like pragma marks. Mark HTTP headers, header types, keys. Actually, headers can't spell. Header type VE. All right. Now here we're gonna have a dot. Nope. Mark HTTP header HTTP. I hope it's HTTP header keys. Um. Okay, we're gonna just have host. Sorry, I don't even need these to be that public. Host equals host, capital host. User agent equals user agent. Uh, is that yelling about that? All right, cool, great, awesome. Um, accept, accept, accept language, accept lang. Not that I would support anything other than the good old English. Thank you, Budgie. and cannot refer. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Refer. Ugh, hate when words do that. Refer. Refer. Connection. Connection. Oh, keys. If modified. Upgrade. Secure request. Upgrade and secure. Right now, we're just basically making an HTTP1 server, right? Because I don't want to deal with the HTTP2 or 3 things. I will have to actually read up on the standard for HTTP2 anyway, because I do want to support it, because it does allow for a couple other things that aren't necessarily allowed for in one, but not by much. Nothing meaningful for me, at least, because I'm literally just going to be serving a website. It can all be done over HTTP1. And I think we're all only going to be doing, yeah, not a big deal. Upgrade insecure requests. If mod sense. Oh, and if none match. I can complain about that. That's fine. Cache control. Uh, do not think I need any of those headers, but might as well have them just in case. I don't know. Cache control. All right, cool. Let's do that. There we go. Header keys. HTTP response code to do makes boom, 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 boom. Arc. Um, mark HTTP request methods. Not particularly hard to figure out because I would assume at least. I assume that you can read if you're reading the fucking comment, but you know, uh, versions. Um, or no, or one. Mark HTTP core cards. I need this bit. I should probably get a two string for those, but that's fine. Mark server utils. All right, server utils. Yay. All right, and now I've got all my utilities and things. Can't think of anything else specific right now. Could in theory, I guess, also have like some type of writer, um, just like a two JSON objecting thing. That would be a thing that we could do. Um, to JSON from JSON that include the encoding stuff, and we can add that later. It's not a huge deal because just getting the data and then we can handle it however we need to, right? Because obviously, I think HTMX actually handles everything through HTML, right? Uh, it just like accepts HTML. So technically, actually, what we'll be doing is formatting HTML and sending templates down. So um, yeah, that's fine. Anyway, we'll come over here. Also have content type and stuff. But these are request headers, aren't they? HTTP request headers. Request headers. Come here. Headers. Oh wow, they literally just give you all of them, don't they? All right, might as well just. Not that I would need any of these. I might want some. Pragma. Forwarded host identifies the original host requested that a client use connect your proxy and load balancer. Yep. Um, signed header A. Anyway, all right. Well, yeah, we're gonna also do content type and length. Obviously, we need those. Neat. All right. So we'll just also add those in there. Yes, I do mean them to be private, don't worry. Uh, Content length, content type, content type, go, uh, okay, yeah, right. Um, all right, so this is my utilities file. Um, WQCD badnet. We'll go there. Actual move main to util badnet util.go. Um, allows, okay. And then yep, everything's good. W good. All right. Now we're in uh, what do we call this? Um, server, bad server. Oh, bad. This will be import net. Actually, okay, how did I do that? Bang. Uh, yeah, this is fine. HTTP listening service, what they used. Q. Func search port string. Uh, net dot listen. Hmm. Don't be scared to be that. Uh, no. How the fuck did I do that? I'm gonna just pop over here real quick. Oh, meant to have that one open actually. Go.net. Listen. TCV. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Yep. I don't know why everything's going weird, but yeah. And ports. Uh, and that will be we'll just call it L error. We'll call it L error. L dot accept. Oh, if L error not equal nil, then we'll just panic. Actually, we'll for now we'll font the sprint f fail to fail to start start listening. Some name percent of because percent of lead is going to be port and oh, hold up. Port of hold up. Accept on error on error. No. No. Continue. And con, we'll just pass to a handle connection. Bonk. Handle connection. net.con. Uh, okay. Defer con dot con dot close. Anyway, now buff equal make byte. These have been new. These are new ones. I'm assuming you're not a real person. If you were, you would know that this is just not an amazing stream first off. So I'm going to delete this message. I'll feel bad if you can prove to me that you're a real person, but not that much. And also, I'm not going to add you on Discord. I think that's going to be a new racket. When I get contacted by spam bots on like Twitter or various other platforms, I'm just going to try to get them off the platform. You know, con.read. Read buff. Buff. Now you get to parse, right? It's going to be god awful. Actually, what we need to do is that, and then utils. And we're gonna have a constant register nurse now. Um, register return, register new line equals escape R, escape M. Alright, control T to boom, control T, alright, so now we need to take this buffer, make a request, right? So actually, we could do that in utils, I think. Well, let's just right now func parse request buff byte buff byte request or error. Um, okay, so right now, cool thing, right? We can just have a request rec equals request down here and then return rec nil boom. I guess this could also return an error. Error. And the connection on handler if handle error not equal nil, continue. Uh, return nil. All right. And so what we should be able to do is with a request, we'll parse a request. Let's just assume that we can do that. Um, let's go rec error. Um, walrus request buffer. Um, then if rec error equal nil, then we just return rec error. Then what we'll do is handler for request, right? Um, just pass it the request. That should work. Okay, and then that would give me a response. So response res is that. Now, with connection and response, you need to write that response to the connection, right? So I'll just func write response to res response connect and done. This should be a that. There we go. And now write response to res con. All good. Um, right headers. Um, now this will be fun. For key value. I don't need to do the parentheses. That's one thing I don't need to do. Key value and range headers Now, okay, what we're trying, don't worry. Pumped dot sprintf that for now. Return um, string builder. String. Let's just have a var header string. Header string dot append plus equals pumped dot sprint f %s %s key value %s key value, and then uh, register new line. Right, go. And since we know it's going to end on the register new line, the second one we're always going to have header string. Other register new line. There we go. Amazing. Anyway, here we'll then get equal to headers, dot headers. That's fine. Then what we do is con dot rotate, con dot what we'll do then is pumped dot fprint, right? Fprint con string header string. Can I just dereference that? Yeah, I can. Cool. Fprint header string. Need a status line, which will be fmt dot sprintf. Fine, we'll just have status line equal that, and we'll have fmt dot fprint star con. And this will be response would be version, so it would be %s %d because it is version error code message. Should I have a e add details Hey, been on for an hour. Response code, but we do not have a response message. Response. Um, res res dot res dot response code res dot message fprint header strings. Then funct dot fprint to con. Okay, I just do con dot write to. Um, dot write. That should do it. Boom. Done. Um, actually, I might. Yeah, we'll do that. We will assume that Panda writes the content links for now. Uh, we could just do a quick sanity check of boom res dot headers dot content length is now equal to a string of funct dot printf percent d percent b of len buff or len res data. Yay. Alright, now the request is being made. Um, so we know basically that we don't want to turn it into a string just yet. No, we can turn it into a string. We can just go ahead and stringify it for now. Because right now I'm assuming that the client will always be like a trusted client, right? So why not? Um, dun, 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 dun. Printf because why not? And we go percent s percent f. And then I just do register new line, register new line. Now, and then first, nope, 0 should give me everything that is a header. Sure, headers. Now, that's the double new line, which should be all of that. Honestly, if we, there we go. Let's do this, right? Temp for now. For headers is going to be equivalent to temp 0, and body is obviously going to be, and I want it to remain a byte, so we can just do byte array to or from temp 1. Actually, we should also just, because I know there should be a 0, like if there's a string, there should be a 0, so I'm not worried about that part. But just because you never know, len temp. That's good. For now. All right. Now we'll do stir headers, split on register new line. This will be header groups. All right, there we go. Now, header group 0 is status line, that. Now we need to go for line header group and range of header group one on one colon. Yeah. And header group range of header group, and here are the two. There you go. Header group dot split on the colon, eval. Now we go to request rec dot header dot keyval 0 equal keyval 1 dot so we're gonna have to learn how to do that. Rip leaving and trailing spaces. Oh, I forgot to do that. Strings that trim space. Okay, so it's just there we go. Don't worry about it. Body will be used later. Um, Mm, 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 mm. Boo! In theory, this should work. I'm not testing it right now. Okay, so there you go. Mm. Log error. They was like technically an extraneous continue, but that's fine. Um, Got it. Ugh. Okay. I'm getting tired. Oh, I've only been streaming for like an hour or two. Hour and a half. Well, I call it good enough. Do I call that good enough? Not really. Do I think you could tough it out another half hour? Do not know. Okay, that's the case. I think we're at a good stopping point, though. It's kind of where I'm like, we got the frameworks that can now, in theory at least, do the reciprocity, huh? Respond. Like I can receive a connection, write to that connection, and kill the connection. All serial, but continuously. Um, Now, I would like to like a good way to save exit, but I don't really think that's a like building that in will probably be dangerous, so I don't want to do that. So we're just gonna not have a safe way to exit. And actually, what I'm gonna do, I want to pop into scenes over here. We're gonna full camera this because now I'm talking and you don't have any background music, so I want to pause the background music for me because I want to just talk for like go here, um, go E, and go. There you go. Uh, um, go out and point, build out template using schema. Build out, oh, now build out and point the These two big things right here, right? This is from my understanding, all I'll need to do. Um, but to accomplish this one, first need to sub-bullet learn HTMX, learn goat HTML templates, or learn how to, because I know that like we have a templating engine. Go for this one. So now, awesome. Step one, learn what the fuck I'm doing. Step two, learn more of what the fuck I'm doing. Step three, use what I've learned here to develop this that will then let me do this. That'll be the fun part, right? So, cyclical, but I need to learn one to do the other. Because basically, if I learn HTMX, like, I don't think I'll learn. I don't need to be like an expert, but good enough grasp on the concept that I can possibly, if I can check this off my list, then I can start doing this. And then I can start doing this. That means this is kind of just like a as we go, I will learn, right? Yeah. And what this will do is, oh, um, bad logger dot let logger equal default logger. Now, admit dot start server. Uh, 8080. There we go. Now add log. Yeah, we can now. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Also, I'm probably not going to get the .com there, so don't worry about it. Um, okay. You've had those times where you're just tired. Don't know why, but you're just tired. Anyway, so basic premise, right? That's our base premise. We will probably have more to show next Wednesday. Jesus, I'm going to be out for a week because of this, because I'm going to be in Phoenix on Friday through Monday. We'll be back to Wednesday. So I'll see you guys next week on this, I guess. I'll probably do some work on a plane or something because I'll be bored out there. All right. Good night, my friends. Bye. Maybe.